Hello, masculines, and welcome to your reading. Hope everyone's having a good week. First off, thank you so much to everyone that is subscribed, that's for the likes, for the follows. I love you guys so much. I appreciate your support so much. It means so much to me. I want to get to the point that I can do readings for you guys all the time, and getting support, getting comments, getting subscribers, you know, is a nice way to support me and helps me to provide more light energy for you guys, more insight, more time to devote to this channel. So thank you. As a thank you to my subscribers, this holiday season, I will be giving away 2 free readings, one 45-minute reading and one 30-minute reading to my subscribers. I will have details on how to submit into this sweepstakes, I was going to say competition. It's not a competition. I'm just going to choose who I want to choose. I'm going to read your energy, and you know, Spirit will guide me to the person that needs the reading. So I usually do them over FaceTime or, you know, like Skype. If you're not comfortable with that, we can do it over the phone, or we can just email back and forth and I can pull cards for you and answer questions for you. It's really up to you. I personally prefer to FaceTime though, because I would literally set it up like this. I usually put it to where you can see my face too and we can have like a conversation, but I like for you to see the cards as they go. So it's literally like this, but it's just me and you, and then you get to ask me questions and I can answer them for you. So, yeah, I'm going to be giving out a free one. If you want to book a reading with me, my website is in my description, so you can certainly do that if you'd like. I am open to new clients. What else do I need to tell you guys? I think that's all for announcements. I will have more soon. I have a lot of cool stuff coming soon. But yeah, we'll just get into the reading. So with the feminines, I just did tarot and 1 oracle. It's just these cards are super, they're just speaking to me today. Love is coming with the 2 of Cups here. Don't give up with the 9 of Wands. So I'm going to start off that way, but I want to put you at a similar time. So if we need to pull more cards, if these aren't speaking to me as much as the feminines, then we will. But I've been channeling a lot today. Anyway, everyone's doing well. It's almost Thanksgiving, which is crazy. All right, Spirit, masculines. What do the masculines need to know? Can we connect to the masculine energy this week? What messages do we have for the masculine? Since these cards are so big, if I don't get one that falls out, I'm just going to pull from the top. There we go. Wheel of Fortune. First card out is as strong as Jupiter. That is a good sign. 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands. Jeez. Okay, I'm just going to take 2 of these. 9 of Wands, Temperance. Bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. Page of Wands, bottom of the deck. Already, this is a incredibly strong Sagittarius. Sagittarius all the way through. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius. 8 of Wands is a Sagittarius card. 9 of Wands is a Sagittarius card. Temperance is the Sagittarius card. Wow, guys. And then bottom of the deck, Page of Wands, which is another strong fire, mostly Sagittarius. Okay, somebody's fired up and on the move. Sagittarius is the 9th house, ruled by Jupiter. It is fire, and it is fire in pursuit of expansion and higher learning. The 9th house is the house of higher learning, so it's Sagittarius. They like to travel. They like to learn. They're interested in the truth here. They're very honest. They can be kind of loud. They like attention. They can sometimes, you know, put their foot in their mouth, but they're very sweet people. They can flash ugly like an Aries, but they tend to be because they're the ninth house, they have very strong morals, a Sagittarius does. So they have the fire aspect to them where they're firing and, you know, don't give a shit and will like get in your face real quick, you know, hot tempered. But with the Sagittarius, with Jupiter being the ruling planet, it is a jolly planet. I talked about this in the Feminine's reading also. It's funny that Jupiter came up in both readings because Jupiter is about to have a major conjunction with Saturn on the 21st of December, and it's, you know, 12 and 21 is mirroring. That conjunction has not happened since the 1600s. There is somebody that I follow on Twitter that I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I don't follow that many people on Twitter, so I will, my Twitter will be in my description. Prepare yourself though for my Twitter, because I am very sassy in real life, and I talk on my Twitter how I do in real life, so I don't censor myself there. I try to censor myself in videos a little bit just because, like, I don't want in 40 years someone to pull up this video of me being like, this is you talking crazy as hell, and I'll be like, ugh, what? That's not me. But on Twitter, I don't know why, I just feel sassy on Twitter, so that you get more of my like real personality, which I can. I have very strong 8th house and Mars, so I can bring some like Scorpio, Aries energy with that. So you're warned. If you are a sensitive person, you don't like cursing, you don't like people talking about sex sometimes, you know, you are a bit of a prude, don't go on my Twitter. But I don't follow that many people, so you could find him on my Twitter if you are interested. Anyways, anywho, he talked about, you know, in the 1600s, the world was more tribal based. You know, there were indigenous people living their lives, doing what they do. There were, you know, tribes, there were medicine people, you know, there were people that were pagan and it was fine. You know, the 1700s is really, well, early 1700s is, you know, when slavery began, when, you know, the mass killings of indigenous people began, when, you know, the colonizers were taking over the world. It really happened after that conjunction with Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn is the planet of karma, but it's also rules Capricorn, which rules the 10th house of status and materialism. And that was really when our world became more material and less community based, less, you know, wanting to expand in a loving way. Jupiter is a benefic planet. It is jolly. It is a jolly, it gives me a Bacchus energy, I believe is his name. He was a god of wine, I think. This is, I talked about this in the feminine reading. I could just be making this up. I studied this stuff in high school. This is just what I remember. I believe that there is a Bacchus god of wine, right? Bacchus or Bacchus, something like that. Again, I could be butchering this right now. This is not a history lesson. This is off the top of my head. God of wine, who is like a tall man with a big belly and flushed cheeks, and he's jolly, and, you know, he like, kind of like a Santa Claus energy, but he's drunk. But a happy drunk, you know, loving drunk, hugging people, you know, kind of loud, like you're kind of overweight uncle that gets wine drunk and then like starts hugging everybody and making jokes, but not like in a positive way, not like your racist uncle that's awful, like your fun uncle that when he shows up you like know it's a party. That type of energy. Okay, we're gonna only do tarot and these. I'm talkative today, guys. I'm channeling a lot today. It is a very positive energy normally. So with Saturn and Jupiter meeting, it's the Lord of Karma is meeting the Lord of Luck and expansion. So Saturn moves from the 10th house, the house of materialism and status, to the 11th house of community and rebellion, forward thinking, futuristic thinking. That happens on the 17th of December. And then this major conjunction that has not happened since the 1600s happens, 4 days later? That's major, guys. That is major transit, major life-changing transit here. It's going to be karma-based. So if you are a toxic masculine person that uses domination and control to unfairly take, status and material means from other people, this conjunction is going to fuck you up. You're going to have a major tower when Saturn moves, and then Jupiter is going to bring major blessings to people. So not only are you going to have your karma smack you in the face and you're going to fall from grace, you're going to watch everybody that you've been shit talking and treating poorly and trying to dominate, they're going to get blessings. They're going to start taking off. But that's your karma. As somebody that only is status driven and get your status not through hard work or, compassion and uplifting others, but through domination and oppressing others that are more talented and better liked and have, more going on than you. Your ultimate karma is to fall from grace and then watch all of those people that you did the absolute most take from, watch them take off. Everything that you took, everything that the oppressors took from the 1600s to 2020 will be returned to the divine bloodlines that have worked to heal trauma. And those that have continued to live on that oppressive colonizer mindset and taking from people that they see as weak. Usually it just means people that are loving and giving, in a toxic masculine world, that equals weakness. Prepare for your living hell. Prepare for your living hell. Anyways, Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is work, is building. Not building in Three of Pentacles where it's like, foundations. This is building like you have figured out. So Seven of Pentacles is, all of tarot tells a story. Every, step up tells a story until you get to 10, the completion. So in Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles is planting your seeds. It's trying to manifest. Eight of Pentacles is your Pentacles have come in now and it's time to do the work. So this is somebody, you're trying to manifest a divine relationship. You're trying to manifest a business. Eight of Pentacles is you better be ready to work because a divine partnership takes a lot of work. It can be a divine relationship where you're meant for each other, but that also brings challenges because the divine does not want you lazy, does not want you settling for less, does not want you, this is a person I'm going to be with, so I'm going to stop putting in work to make this relationship good. I'm just going to coast now. That's not divine. That's karmic. As a divine person, you should always be trying to one-up yourself and better yourself. You want to be better this week than you were last week. You want to be able to look back every year and say, damn, I have grown a lot this year. And if nothing else, if everything went wrong, I can still look at who I am as a person and be proud of my growth. That is Eight of Pentacles here. So Jupiter is going to bless you with what you've been trying to manifest, but it's time to put in the work, guys. It's time. This is we manifested a Biden victory. We manifested end to Trump's America, but Biden winning doesn't mean that racism is over, doesn't mean that there still aren't thousands of people kept in steel cages on the border, that are dying for mysterious reasons and disappearing and nobody's accounting for them. That doesn't mean that there aren't transgender women, especially transgender minority women, that are being murdered in the streets with no justice. It doesn't mean that Breonna Taylor ever got justice, The work isn't over. Now is the time to get to work. And that's what this is. Jupiter is bringing your blessings of expansion, but that means it's time to take our blessings and get to work. But they're having a good time, They have all this work to do. But I can tell you, when I worked full time, I would, get to work do the bare minimum most days, you know. Hate to admit it, but I'm somebody that works very hard. So if I like really focus, I can get like 8-hour day. If you give me, like a boss would give me, this is what I expect you to do in 8 hours, I could knock it out in 4 if I was focused. So because I've been that type of person my whole life, I slack, because if I don't slack, I'm gonna run out of work and then I'm gonna feel bored and look stupid. So when I worked a 9 to 5, I would get to work at 8, do the bare minimum, have a lunch break, you know, chat with my coworkers. There was a lot of bullshitting throughout the day. You know, there's no way that I did 8 hours of solid work ever. Maybe like, you know, once a week, but that was, you know, like deadlines on my head type day. And then when I clocked out, I clocked out. It was rare that I worried about anything unless there was an emergency. Now that I am an entrepreneur and I do my business full time, I work 7 days a week. I work constantly because I have a creative flow right now where I am literally thinking about new things I could do every day. I have a new product I want to make every day, and then it's okay, well, I've got to plan this out. How am I going to do this? How am I going to design the product? You know, like, I am alive with ideas, but I am working almost all from the moment that I wake up to the moment that I go to sleep, 7 days a week. But it doesn't feel like work because I love it. You know, I'm satisfied in what I do and I am grateful to do it. So this is this type of energy. Your blessings that you've been trying to manifest are about to come to you, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to slack. It's going to require you to work, but it's work that is fulfilling, work that is in alignment with your purpose, work that will bring you happiness at the end of the day, and you're going to be proud of yourself. Like both of them standing tall, working together, happy. Okay. I am channeling a lot today. 8 of Wands is communication. It's fast movement. Somebody is on their way to you fast. They are going to be messaging you with the truth here. It is a truth bomb. You know, there's a heart on his other bag. He has a flower. He's wearing green flower near his heart chakra. This is for the masculines or, you know, feminine cross watchers. Somebody's heart chakra is completely open. They are on their way to you quickly to tell you the truth about the situation. Somebody's about to open their heart here, you know, with the little, there is a bridge in France where people take lockets to and they write their names and then they like lock it on the bridge, and it's like a sign of like your everlasting love. So this person wants to come in, lock things down with you, express the truth about how they feel. They're coming in fast too. And 8 of Wands is like rapid communication. It's also online. So this person may be messaging you, text message, messaging you online. Or, you know, if this is, there are twin flames that have not met their twin flames yet. Their twin flames come in waves. So the wave that I have been channeling for met their twin flame already and have been on this journey for at least over a year. Because I've been doing this channel for a year and it was not a new relationship then. So that's the wave I've been channeling for, and there's been karmics interfering the whole time. There's a wave of twin flames that have not yet met their twin. They have been on an individual healing, especially where we are. So with New Earth being here and this major Jupiter conjunction, we need, the planet Earth is rising from existing in the 3D plane to the 5D plane. When you move up to the 5D, it's more angelic. So karma is instant. Your manifestations happen rapidly. You know, there is no secret control like there was in the 3D Earth, where this toxic masculinity lizard people controlled the Earth, and they were able to do it in secret and were able to do wicked things like, you know, sex slavery and stealing land from indigenous people and using it for oil to poison the water sources. You know, Flint, Michigan still doesn't have clean water. That is not okay, and that will not be able to happen in 5D Earth. You know, there won't be billionaires hoarding 99% of the wealth on Earth and the rest of us suffering, because the Earth cannot sustain that. if we continue the way that we have been continuing, it would be shocking if we make it past another 20 years, guys. Something has to be done. And unfortunately, the people in charge are too old to care. And that is not right. We should not have wealthy old white men controlling the rest of the population, you know? But with this election that we just made, we are slowly getting more people interested in the voting process. A record number of people voted this year, and it was mostly minorities that weren't able to vote before because of voter suppression. You know, I'm from the South. I live in the South again now. In the South, especially in states like North Carolina, they have gotten rid, in past years, gotten rid of polling, polling places, places where people go to vote. They get rid of them in black neighborhoods. They get rid of them in poor neighborhoods. So, you know, somebody living in a mostly black, poor area would have to travel an hour to even vote. And, you know, as somebody that is struggling financially, you can't take a whole day off to go vote and stand in line for 5 hours, 6 hours. I mean, when I voted in 2016 for Hillary, I waited in line for 4 hours. I got there right when the polls opened before work, and I was like, didn't make it until like lunch almost. And like, I voted at a hospital, and the nurses there were so great. They were handing out party favors. They were bringing around like chapsticks, and they had red and blue chapstick, and you could like pick for your party, and like, we're kind of like, you know, had snacks and stuff. So it was a really great experience. A lot of people were excited. And then, you know, but being in a city, everyone knew who they were voting for. And, you know, we have lived in terror since that day, but not anymore. Things have changed, and it's exciting, and it's fired up, and people are like, you feel it. You feel that these blessings are coming. The fire starter here. Somebody is like fired up. And this came out in the Divine Feminine's reading too, as bottom of the deck at some point. This is a woman. You know, usually a knight is a man. In this deck, it's a woman. So the Divine Feminine is stepping up. Usually with the Knight of Wands, traditionally, this is somebody that is a player. It is somebody that comes in and out, hot and heavy, fuckboy. They use their dick. Wands is sex. It's a passionate sexual energy. As a knight, this is like a teenage energy. What is a teenage boy that is very like sexual do? That is a Knight of Wands. But with this as the woman here, and then the birds behind her, and the fire starter here, there's a fire with feminine energy. The feminine energy has risen. And this also, the feminine energy in masculines, divine masculines, you have been controlled by toxic masculinity just as the feminines have. You know, toxic masculinity tells you that if you are a creative person, you're like gay. You're, you know, the F word. You can't wear nail polish because then, you know, you can't be a man if you're artistic. If you want to wear makeup or nail polish, somehow that just castrates you. That's how toxic masculine people think, you know. Being a man is juggling women and treating women like shit and trying to show that you're more macho than the next guy. But like true masculinity, nothing like that. Nothing like that. An emperor, which is what the divine masculine energy is. I explained this in my ancestor reading I did on Wednesday. It's like somebody like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. or somebody like Malcolm X, somebody that you look up to, that is a leader, that leads movements, and they're respectable people. You know, that, could you see Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. being like, oh yeah, I'm getting shredded at the gym, blah, blah, like fuck these bitches, you know, like a respectable man that you can look up to and that's a leader does not act that way. A toxic masculine energy like Trump, that's a clown, that's an embarrassment They act that way. They say shit like grab them by the pussy. Do you look up to Trump? Really? I mean, the Trumpsters do, but they're part of that cult. And if you support Trump, I'm sorry, but you're brainwashed, and you really need to do some soul searching, because he has a very devil energy. He has an antichrist type of energy. And if you have fallen prey to that brainwashing, you need to look and do some soul searching, because that is some very toxic things within you. That is toxic masculinity within you that you need to heal. Anyways, the divine masculine men have been controlled. You are not allowed to be creative. You are not allowed to, stand up for women. You are not allowed to be a respectable man in society, because you need to put masculinity and dominating others in a toxic way above everything else. And that's not a divine masculine. That's not a man that you look up to. That's not a man that should be a leader. That's a man that's a fucking clown and a joke and disgusting and belongs in jail. So the divine masculine coming into his feminine energy and healing his wounds around feminine energy is what is starting this fire, what is setting people free. You can't be controlled. It's like that dumbass woman where Harry Styles is an incredible, talented man. And any normal person, any person that is attracted to men would find Harry Styles, just his energy, attractive. Masculinity is not that you wear pants every day. It's that you own who you are, and you are somebody that is respectable and does the right thing, and you're a leader. And him making a point to wear a dress on a magazine is, where something like that 40 years ago could have got him killed. Something like that gets transgender people killed every day. Him being brave enough to do something like that is fucking masculine, divine masculine, sexy as hell, And these toxic masculine people try to control. See, I'm getting emotional. Because, men should be able to be emotional. People should be able to express their fullness. And my heart hurts for men to see the way that you guys are treated. Toxic masculinity hurts men just as much as it hurts women. And by waking up the feminine within all of us and honoring the feminine, we are going to make society a better place. And that's what this card is. It is very opposite to me of the Knight of Wands that I was getting last year for the masculine. A player that juggled women, that lied, that used his dick in and out of everybody's lives, didn't take anybody seriously because they were too wrapped up in their lustful behavior. This is a woman fully clothed, on her shit, about to take over the world, A very different energy. Temperance. This is another Sagittarius card. It's a card of angel interference, a balancing out of masculine and feminine energy, where she's pouring out the bottle here. I also see this as there's somebody that may have had a drinking problem that is going to stop drinking, or is being asked to stop drinking by their angels here. They're letting you know with this card that the drinking is detrimental to your evolution as a person, especially your vibration. And Saturn as a planet does not like drinking. I know I talked about Jupiter being a Bacchus. I think that that's what it is, guys. Let me know if I'm wrong. Saturn, on the other hand, is an old man energy. Saturn is like your old man teacher that was really hard on students, but if you put in the work, he was a really nice guy and he would really do a lot for you. That's what a Saturn energy is. So with Saturn going to Aquarius and then the conjunction with Jupiter here, I take this as stop drinking. If you are somebody that drinks a lot, and when you drink you tend to get in your shadow, this is a special message for you from your angels to stop. But otherwise, temperance is a balancing out of toxic masculinity to make way for the divine feminines and divine masculines that are balanced in both. Those are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. Page of Wands here. Again. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Again. Page of Wands is the child energy. With Wands, it's somebody that can be childish, that can be quick to anger, that, you know, uses sex inappropriately. But with this here, I wish I knew, guys, if you're interested, if you like lizards, there's a lot of lizards. If you want to look up what a lizard spirit animal means, I don't know off the top of my head. Again, this is a feminine energy, but this is also somebody that is kind of gender fluid. This could be, you know, a masculine woman or a feminine man. You can't really tell. That is what is going to lead, you know, tomorrow. Stop being so hung up on these gender roles that you're not being who you truly are inside, and you're suppressing part of yourself and telling yourself that it's wrong to feel feelings, it's wrong to be emotional, it's wrong to be creative, that you need to fit in with all of these loser ass men that use and abuse women. You know, that's not a respectable person. That's not an emperor at all. So there's really like a fire, and you can kind of feel it. There's a fire in society right now. People are finally feeling good again after Trump's terror. I mean, he's still doing the absolute most, but, you know, it's going to be over. And soon, you know, soon. It's going to be over soon. And that has a lot of people fired up and kind of ready. People are going to be, Jupiter is going to be bringing in your blessings and divine missions here. And you know it intuitively. You can feel it intuitively. Nine of Pentacles, be strong. Be confident within yourself. Self-sufficiency here. And Virgo energy. I talked about Virgo in... This is also a Virgo card, guys. Strong Virgo and Sagittarius. Anyways, being confident in yourself. Nine of Pentacles is a single card usually, but it's the 9 wants to get to the 10. So it's somebody that wants to be in a partnership, but they've learned how to like stand on their own 2 feet. They're not codependent. They're somebody that is from the 8 to the 9 worked on themselves and gotten to a point here where they are healthy and happy and healed, and they're ready for their 10 of Pentacles. They're not in a 6 of Pentacles where it can lean towards codependency. They are in a 9 of Pentacles where they are ready to be in a divine partnership, because you are not codependent and you are not going to be, no, I don't want to use that one, draining your feminine. You're not going to be falling into those toxic masculine roles where you drain your feminine and expect your feminine to give and give and give while you dominate her. You've healed that. Okay, we're going to do some Oracle quick, then I'm going to call it. All right, Wheel of Fortune, can I clarify, please? The heart, yeah. Because you have found your heart again and you are living through your heart's purpose and you've healed your heart chakra, coins. Your abundance is coming to you. Jupiter is going to bless you for the good deeds that you've done. With 8 of Pentacles, the horseshoe, there is going to be luck that comes to you. You're going to have luck in a situation that you've put a lot of time and effort into after an ending here. There is an ending, but the Death card is a Scorpio energy. It is a transformation. You know, things have to end so that new things can come into your life. Things had to end in your life that weren't serving you so that you could accept this abundance and you would have room for this abundance. You had to get rid of stuff that was blocking your Emperor energy. But with 8 of Pentacles, you have put in the work and you are ready now to accept these blessings. You're in vibration. You've made room for these blessings and you are going to have luck because of that. Again, Jupiter, luck. With 8 of Wands, the Eye. This is psychic. This is intuition. The moon here is also a card of intuition. It's the planet of intuition. But this is, you know, the moon is secrets. The moon in your astrology chart is your emotions here. It is your inner world, your inner self, who you hide away. So this is somebody that is ready to come in and open their heart up, especially, like I said earlier, with the green here. Their heart chakra has finally opened. They are ready to express love. They're ready to drop a truth bomb on how they truly feel. what they truly want in life because they're finally following their intuition. They've realized they've done shadow work. They have, looked within themselves to figure out who they truly are on the inside, who they are, the parts of themselves that they hide away from others, and also connect to their emotions. Again, heart chakra, you have opened your heart chakra, and you are being led intuitively to make movement now. Knight of Wands, Trickster, Wolf. Knight of Wands came out a lot for the masculine energy last year. Again, player energy, like I was saying, because there was a trickster around you that was influencing you to act this way. With Wolf here, the rat, the owl. Yes. Go watch, guys, time is an illusion. When I channel, when I do readings, I'm picking up on future timelines. So it doesn't have to be a reading that I do today. This is current energy though, but if you go watch my readings from last year, I guarantee they still apply. It's because time is not a real thing. There's different timelines that exist and we bounce between them every day. So I just pick up on future possible timelines for you, and by watching it, you can align yourself with it by making positive choices that I'm trying to influence you here with my guides. That's really my guides are talking. I'm just telling you what they're telling me, and I'm translating it in a way that I can. Anyways, Knight of Wands energy. You masculines, you were a player before. You thought with your deck. You were influenced sexually. You had a lustful energy to you. You were blind to the importance of your feminine, both within yourself and your physical feminine, because your physical feminine will mirror back to you the wounds of your feminine within. This is not a respectable person you want to date. This is a player. This is somebody that you can't take seriously because they're just, a fuck buddy. This is fuck buddy energy. Somebody is realizing here, because you've stepped into your alpha role, you may have been in a trickster energy before, or this may have been somebody was doing this to you. There was friends with benefits, fuck buddy situation, that they were a trickster energy here. They were trying to keep you from stepping into your alpha role as a leader of the pack, the leader of New Earth here, because underneath they're a rat. With the owl, you've learned a lesson here. Again, you've learned a lesson. This is wisdom. This is learning. So you've gained wisdom through learning. They were doing witchcraft on you. The moon is secrets, things hidden. It's also can, be intuition. It can also be magic. A lot of people do moon magic, do spells on the moons. You take it how it resonates. You had somebody that was lustful, that was in and out, using you for sex, and you were falling for it and you didn't know why, or you were engaging in this behavior. You were cheating, you were not faithful, you were, a fuck boy. You had a trickster energy to you. But, somebody was doing this to you, and kind of, you may have had friends like this. This may have been a karmic that was doing this to you. You had somebody that was using you for sex here with a trickster energy. They were pretending that they wanted more, but they were just there for a good time. They're just there to use you. And it was all to keep you from stepping into a leadership role. They were draining you sexually. They were creating soul ties and draining your divinity through sex here to keep you from stepping into this leadership role. They're just a rat. You needed to learn a lesson here, and you have learned about people aren't always what they seem. There are people have a shadow side. This is a hidden side to them. You were being controlled by magic. You were being controlled by magic. This trickster energy was doing magic on you and using sex to control you, creating soul ties, getting you drunk and putting stuff in your drinks, doing candle magic, doing dark magic on you. It was all to keep you in this Knight of Wands energy, to keep you from stepping into your masculine energy. keep you in a childish, this is like a teenage boy energy. Not somebody that's respectable, not somebody that can lead, not somebody anyone would take seriously. Okay, Temperance. Again, yeah, somebody was wearing a mask here. I take this as masculines were wearing a mask because Temperance is a balancing out. Somebody was wearing a mask, and with the alcohol here could have had a drinking problem and was hiding that with the mask, or hiding who they truly were through over drinking. They weren't happy. They felt really controlled in their life. They weren't able to make their own decisions. People made decisions for them. They weren't happy. They weren't happy with where their life was going. They felt like everybody's getting older and I'm still stuck in this teenage boy type of energy, and they couldn't figure out why. It was because there was a trickster in their life influencing them into this energy because they did not want to see this person step into a leadership role. They were jealous and they intentionally sabotaged this person, influenced this person to sabotage themselves, because you're meant to be a leader. You are an alpha, and they had you acting like an omega here. You are wearing a mask. This other person was wearing a mask. When you wear a mask in your life, you will attract people that wear masks, because people that are genuine and honest don't want to associate with people that are shady and weird, you know? Divine people, intuitive people, anyone with any sort of connection to their intuition can feel when somebody is lying. You can feel when somebody is two-faced, when somebody is shady. And if you are somebody that really takes pride in being authentic and being honest, you don't want to associate with people that you know are shady, because, you know, why am I going to give you honesty and loyalty and who I truly am? Why am I going to open myself up to your treachery? Because I can sense that you are treacherous. You were treacherous because you have people in your life that were influencing you to be treacherous, and they were using magic to get into your head to stop you from being the alpha wolf that you're meant to be, from finding your way with the compass at the end of the deck. All right, let's do Page of Wands and then we'll call it. Yes, death, an ending, Scorpio, Pluto, transformation here, feminine. The relationship with your feminine ended because you were being childish. You had to end cycles, and you weren't going to be able to end those cycles with your feminine in your life because you were using and abusing her and trying to suppress her, dominate her. You were living in toxic, masculine, childish energy, and that is why things ended with her. That is why you have been in a cycle of being backstabbed and betrayed by people, because you get from the universe what you put out. You put out a mask, you get people with a mask, and people with a mask usually have ulterior motives. Your childish behavior in terms of sexuality, in terms of aggression, lashing out, being nasty, you know, fucking around, not being faithful, not loyal, ended this. And it ended because it needed to end, because you were being shady and you needed to grow up and transform here. Your feminine helped lead you to do this because, boom, you're divine. My guides are on it lately. Love you guys so much. Have a great weekend. I will see you soon. Goodbye.